Hi guys, this is DCRS here, and today I'll be doing a video on Rants and Rulings. Yes, a new video segment talking about Rants and Rulings. This is my third video on it. The second one wasn't exactly more of a rant. Well, actually, it's more of a rant, but not much of a ruling. But in this case, we'll be talking about Master Dark Law. Now, why would you ask Dark Law? In this case, why would I put Dark Law, I should say? Well, Dark Law has a specific, effect where you can banish, considering it's a continuous effect, of course. But yeah, anyway, I'll get right to the point. The discussion I want to talk about is Dark Law versus skill drain type effects. For example, cards that have continuous effects that would negate Dark Law. And what would happen if the negation effect were to disappear? And yeah, so there are some things I need to discuss about in terms of the new rule, well, not new, but in this case a new video for my segment, and I'm going to talk about Master Dark Law versus continuous effects. But yeah, let's get straight to the point. Okay, card rulings. Anyway, this is the OCG rulings. The OCG rulings are basically the official rulings that if the TCG cannot find, they would use the OCG rulings, which is the official ruling for the card text. So that basically, this pretty much overrides in a way for TCG rulings, unless there's a specific TCG ruling that is outruled in the TCG rather than the OCG. Anyway, the one I want to discuss about is versus Nekroz of Unicore. When Master Dark Law battles with Nekroz of Unicore, any card sent to your opponent's graveyard is banished instead. An effect of Master Dark Law is being negated by the effects of face-up monsters on the field were special from the extra deck effect of Nekroz of Unicore. But when Nekroz of Unicore is destroyed by battle, its effects is no longer applied. Therefore, the effect of Master of Dark Law is no longer negated, and Unicore is banished. Now, some of you may think, when it comes to rulings, that shouldn't the monster be sent to the graveyard rather than, not be banished? Well, there's a reason for that, and the reason is, for this specific text, it means that, and also you can use Super Poly and all those type of cards under Banished, like Macro, or those type of things like Super Poly, because they're not a cost to send to the graveyard. They're, unless you have a card that specifically says send to the graveyard for the first part of the cost. That's a first part of the card effect. That is probably a cost if it's, But anyway, this is a talk about the Nekroz Unicore. I had a dispute with one of my opponents, and he said that he was overruled in a way, or in this case, a judge told him that Nekroz Unicore was, or in this case, a monster, will be sent to graveyard rather than getting banished because the effect is still negated. But that was wrong. I corrected him, and I corrected the judge of the locals as well that I was playing yesterday. So yeah, because I know quite a bit about hero rulings. But yeah, basically, Unicorn's on the field. It's negating Dark Law, and when Dark Law attacks Unicorn, it goes into a sort of like a damage substep in a way if nothing applies before the battle. But yeah, okay, let's say Unicorn gets attacked by Dark Law, and Dark Law destroys Unicore by battle. Now what happens next is that Unicore gets banished, not sent to graveyard, because the resolution of the monster getting sent is not applied yet until the monster is actually getting destroyed by battle. Sort of like that, but it's more to do with the damage step. It's revolving around the damage step. Basically, how it's not negated, how Dark Law's effect not negated, is that basically the monster is its deciding where it wants to go, and basically to put it dumb, basically in dumb point of view, Dark Law has the override ruling since it's also override effect, basically that it's still in the field and Unicore is not in the field. But Unicore is it's really hard to explain in a way. But let me tell you how the damage set works. Okay, subset 5 of the battle damage, basically battle step, or in this case, the damage step. This is a subset 5 after damage calculation. Basically, after damage has been dealt, this revolves around the situation, or in this case, where monsters will go, or in this case, what will happen after the battle damage has occurred. So in this case, in subset 5 of the second column, if a monster destroyed by battle has a continuous effect, such as Unicore, it is applied while the monster is face up on the field. For example, Jinzo, etc. Yeah, pretty much. Basically, so that like Unicore, the continuous effect is no longer applied, which means Unicore's effect is no longer applied after the battle. And continuous effects that change when a monster goes when it is removed from the field at the end of the damage step are unaffected. So pretty much, this is pretty much saying like the monster is not technically on the field. Basically, the monster is now destroyed, but it's sort of like not on the field at the same time. Basically, it's the decision of where it wants to go. Since Dark Law is still in the field, its effect will apply that it will get sent to the Banished Area, basically. So basically, the battle damage, optic damage calculation, basically, this resolves after the battle, pretty much. Basically what it says, if a monster's roll of battle has a continuous effect that is applied while a monster's face on the field, the continuous effect is no longer applied. Basically, after the battle is destroyed, the continuous effect of the monster is no longer applied. Pretty much simple. But yeah, this is a Rants and Ruling discussion on Dark Law versus Unicore. I want to get this out as quickly as I can because I've made a video in a while, and also this ruling kind of bugged me in a way because I needed to educate people on hero rulings, and what better to do this is with this. So yeah, this is DCRS, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video on a Rants and Ruling video on Master Dark Law versus Unicore, Nekroz of Unicore. So yeah, basically, yeah, this is how the effect will resolve, pretty much. Effect will still resolve after Dark Lord is still in the field and Unicore is not in the field.